And the game's ready. So let's not wait any longer. Let's see which 10 players we have in the game. It's looking good. It's looking solid. We got the 5 expected for TELOS, who are making an aggressive maneuver over towards Brown Halls. 2 towards lower. Nice and aggro. Flash in with the pop players swinging, but there's 4 of the T's here ready and waiting. Bear unable to find a trade, but it is BRB who's managed to find 2 before falling. So back to the 2v2 we go. B-side defenses have been thin, so they're going to take their best opportunity on the Bear. Stuck at the back of Thomas. Looking to go for the wraparound and may catch a nice timing. Lion is up. Lionizer? Lionizer. I believe that's it. Able to hold on to allow the plant to go down. Stetson coming through lower. Just looking for a head to tap, but it's Lionizer getting the job done. All on his own. 2 alive at the end of that one. And TOUTSCHUSS. TOUTSCHUSS. I'm going to have to open Twitch chat to see how wrong I am on this one. I feel like I'm being detrimental to the French. And we don't want that, you know. Her Majesty's team not getting it done successfully there. But there is, of course, time for more to go down. Heavy Brown Hall's approach from the French again. We'll see what they're going to be getting up to. It's TOUTSCHUSS. Okay, I got pronunciation tips. TOUTSCHUSS? Two. Okay. I'm not French, but that makes so much sense. All right. B controls there. The lack of a buy from TELOS hasn't really gone super well. Jake able to get his mitts on the Mac 10. And RJS hoping that he can maybe find an exit here. Or at least set the Mac 10 up to find a nice kill reward bonus. Search coming through on the flank side from Tamer. But it's Con they have to worry about. Kuma as well, rocking the UMP. Going all the way through CT. And Jake probably going to be done execution style. It's a matter of moments till RJS goes down as well. Tucked away at the back of sight, and that'll be that. Clean round out of TOUTSCHUSS. Thank you, chat. I can't believe it took me... Well, no, I can believe it. But thank you. TOUTSCHUSS. TOUTSCHUSS. 2 shoes. Better than 1 shoe, you know? Makes life hard. Yeah, we got some TOUTSCHUSS fans in the chat. BRB, what's he going to be able to do here? Nothing yet, and won't be able to activate in the round at all. Flanked, Tamer too quick with it. All the way through with a Mac 10 to get the double opening. And this bonus round is looking stellar so far. 3v3. Still a big opportunity for TOUTSCHUSS to stack a 3rd round on. Stetson eyes on Ivy, but we know there's no one coming from that direction. IJS at hell. Able to get info on the cross. He's been seen. Oh, missed chance. And I think they know where all 3 currently are. So Bear's going to start on the flank. RJS keeps on fighting. And Stetson going loud on the back of sight is going to give across a rifle. Although the T's not quite going for it just yet. Patience looks good. Bear going to be spotted. Making his way out of pop, and they have the read on both these CTs. So they'll just send it over to the B site, get that plant down, and even look for some Brown Hall's control. Nope. What a nasty tight line here. Bear, if he slow peaks, could be in trouble. Elbow seen. And Noop is so ready for this one. Gonna have Lionizer coming up to help him. Spacing from the CT is good for the trade. RJS mollies himself off at lower. And Lionizer happy to go towards the top of Thomas. Oh, can't lock it in though. RJS, beautiful trade and the ace. That seems to be what it's going to take at the moment for the boys to get on the board. Crazy scenes coming through there, but they get the job done. And TELOS. They get the gun round across the line in the worst possible way. Having 1 alive Arguably, at least there is going to be this AK brought into round 4. So you have that extra piece of stopping power for them. And TOUTSCHUSS going to be putting more pressure towards that Ivy side now. 2 halls, 1 main, double Ivy is the setup. Putting a little bit of pressure all across the map. Tamer missed opportunity on that second peek. Smoke break's no good. Tamer going to try to do it one better. But nothing quite there. Kuma, however, finding the tap onto Bear at uppers. And that'll drag the rotation from TELOS. 2B, 2 Ivy. No eyes on main, but full reliance on that smoke just to slow them down towards A main. All off clear. Hell smoke coming through there as well as camera. Nice use of the util just to fully isolate anyone who was there on site. BRB. Molly to buy a bit of space. And that smoke break doesn't get the info he was looking for, but he has a second opportunity. Won't quite find what he's looking for. And that smoke's starting to fade, but there's Lionizer already towards that top of yellow. Able to get big damage, and TOUTSCHUSS looking damn good. RJS. Not on for the ace this time. But a 1v4 is a huge ask. Smoke goes down. TOUTSCHUSS not offering him a pathway back into the round. And that'll be that. 3 on the board for the T's with TELOS still only on that single digit.
Terrorists win.
Fob, mate, I'm good. All right? I'm a little tired, but that's fine. We're just talking about Counter-Strike, and we love to do that. Cologne starting in a couple of days. Anyone in chat going to Cologne? It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. I'll see you there, if anyone is going. TELOS going for a different approach this time. Smoke into main 4 players with a couple of pistols, making a bunch of noise. Oh, for that body impact. Forces the shot straight back out of TOUTSCHUSS. And it's looking pretty easy for TOUTSCHUSS, all things considered, although pop control with the 5-7. Could be an angle for TELOS to cause some mayhem here. Oh, you got to clear that, son. You got to clear that. Lionizer put down eventually. Bear coming through with the Julies, but it's 2 guns too late. Jake hoping that someone walks into his crosshair, and RJS going to try to stop that from happening a little earlier. Up on the dumpster, shoulder spotted, but that UMP, the movement speed, too much to deal with. Molly does not quite spread. Oh, no, Jakey Poo. Unlucky. Hey, let's go with the luck one. Luck angle? Yeah. Bad RNG on those shots, I guess. Wait, what? Tamer. Tamer? Tamer? Means your mum? What a name. What a choice. Kuma punishing the over-aggression from BRB, but there is going to be 3 more TELOS members here towards this B site, and this new box could prove a little bit awkward for the T's to get around. Bear at the ready, punishing the aggression, but sees a few more members coming through, and there's miscommunication. Jake goes solo as Bear tries to fall back, and the coordination just doesn't seem to be there. You know, Bear's here, and Max one on that A site, so they're going to hedge their bets, like their chances, and now they know exactly where Stetson's playing from. Main controls are shut off with the molly, and Bear looking to go for the sneaky silent wrap all the way through towards Old Bomb. Two Shoes in a very solid position to close, though, unless Lionizer falls. Then the retake certainly could be on. Stetson with a kit, but Lionizer off angle. A little too strong for Bear to deal with, and Stetson, I dare say, he won't be given any opportunities here. So an AK, and at least some decent armor. Molly and smoke can be carried across into the next.
Terrorists win.
Have we got any Croissant Strike fans in the chat? I know that's I haven't. I've tried to watch a couple of the like, I think they're podcasts, or maybe it's just the broadcast. I think I tuned in for their major broadcast for a little while, but unfortunately I don't understand French, so I just was able to like enjoy the vibe and the broadcast studio that they had set up, but I had no idea what they were saying. I need to learn another language. French is up there with them, but I don't know if it's the most important worldwide. You feel me? I feel like, you know, Spanish or Portuguese might get you a bit further around the world. Big boost up for Jake. Okay. Zaiwu clears this, but do Two Shoes. Have they learnt from the goats? And RJS, a little awkward. Getting half stuck on the edges, but Two Shoes not too phased by him. They will start to go loud towards the brown halls. Bear, where's he playing from? Okay, up on the upper deck. Molly buying him a bit of space as he keeps eyes on lower. The ramp pop comes through, and Lionizer will fall to the deagle. Stetson looking to make a sneaky play through the smoke, and the timing's great, but the shots leave something to be desired. Fortunately, the pistols are there to try to do the mop-up, but it's a 1v2 now. I don't know if it's Kane, Con, or Kixon. But he's dead, so it doesn't matter. BRB getting the job done with a double, and the eco comes through. TELOS doubling up those rounds. A little bit of typing in the chat. Anti-rush util set getting thrown by TELOS. Aggressive smoke that Bear wants to try and play around it. He will be flashed into the brown halls, but Kuma turns around from the sound cue, so hits him with the hard punish. But a lot of noise coming Stetson's way, who's been seen on the long side of Ivy here, and both these defenders just dealt with way too easily. BRB between a rock and a hard place here at Sandwich, and swings into an ultimate crossfire. Not much left for RJS to do this round. They may have the read from that flashy through earlier, but you can see Kuma aware and jiggling for the info. RJS gun out at the ready. Is now looking to just go for another save, I'd say. Two Shoes playing heavily for the win. Had that one player towards the back of Sandwich. Kick KXN. Ken? Is it Ken? I don't know what the X is. What's X in French? We're just going to call him Ken. I think it just works. Big Kenny. TELOS with the deep smoke. Wanting to take the main control, but BRB full tanking that Molotov. Down to 50. It's not looking amazing for him. But they will be able to slide him in after the flames disappear. They need RJS to get on this line because surely he gets cleared this time. Ken, big wide swing through the smoke, is potentially not going to expect Jake boosted above Pop, who's in a very hard to hold position, but he's going to do his darndest. Gets the timing. Nuke down. And the upgrade has been found, but Jake against the UMP will be timed, looking away. Too much noise getting made towards A main. And RJS going to be left out on an island, but he's doing a decent job to wrap around these T's, sneaking through the smoke, looking for timings, which he'll find them. And Lionizer, attention full drawn. This smoke needs to fade shortly. RJS wanting to activate, but not even needed. Stetson standing tall over towards Olaf there. Great use of everything around him, the environment as well as the smoke, to just make that one look so easy, wrapping around Two Shoes. Uzix, we're streaming this to highlight the community, the up-and-comers, the entry-level players that are here trying to put their best foot forward into the competitive scene. You know, give them an opportunity to show what the entry-level gameplay is like and what everyone at home could be stepping into if they want to play in the following seasons. You know, 55. I'm sure the Rego's coming up in the next month or so. Get your friends together, play a bit of Counter-Strike. That's what it's all about. If you don't like the competitive side of things, hey, you don't have to get involved. But if you want to, why not? It is the path to go pro. You got to start at the bottom, make your way to the top. That's how things work. Got to get them reps in. And BRB trying to create a lot of distance between him and those pistols. There's that new box we were talking about, providing a good amount of cover. The side control was there, but BRB doing a great job from the back of Oil. Both T's positions, I believe, are known. Tame are going to be stuck there, but with that flash, reveals his hand, and they are 100% on his position. Jake swinging through eventually to take him out, but that's going to be 4 now for the boys from the UK. Oh, and we got that tactical coming through, which is looking more like a technical. Somebody with that DC and reconnect. JKS mentioned in the chat, you've got my attention, mate. All right, quick economy check. You got to remember that this is still relatively fresh in the last couple of weeks. Every kill you get as a CT in all these rounds, you get an extra $50 per player into the next round, regardless of if you win or lose the round. So you can see the flow and effects of rounds like the last. That's an extra $250 per person into this one on top of the round win bonus. And that's why the economy is looking so damn good on the CT side. And, you know, depending on the level you're looking at, pay more attention to this if you're watching Cologne over the weekend. But there are some maps that you're probably going to expect to be a bit more CT-sided now because the economy is not going to get crushed like it kind of has been for the last little while. And we also now have Overpass back in, which is historically a CT map. But there are a few top-level teams making it look pretty good on the T side. That Australis Vitality game that they played was a very good watch if you're interested in going back and having a look at some Overpass. All right, that time has ticked down. Stetson is back. Gone again. Back. Gone again. Bloody Stetso. What you doing, mates? Come on. Mum said, hey, steady. Dinner time, mate. Come on. I don't care about your silly little games. And that's when you have to say, Mum, this isn't a silly little game. This is a way of life. All right? I need you to realise that this is my dream in the making. You've already won 2 games, a few more, and we can potentially make it to that next stage of the ESEA. One step closer to playing with the best of them. To being the next Ziwu. The next Rops. Or the next Dinkity Donk. That being said, having a quick look, you can see that this is where we're at. So this is entry, which is one step above open. So they've obviously played a season of open, gone into entry. Next stage after this, if they keep winning, you know, the next season they can play intermediate if they qual. Same as, you know, after that, you go to main, you go to advanced. And then from advanced, you do make your way to the Challenger League. Although it does say ESEA Elite, which is something that I'm still unfamiliar with. We are learning. The format of everything's changing. And I'm going to assume that ESEA Elite being the 2 with the 16 teams, one's probably Americas and one is probably Europe. And that quals into Challenger League. Also, there's going to be LANs at DreamHack in Sweden and Atlanta. And I believe one team from both LANs then quals into Pro League. So that's going to be something to play for everyone throughout the, you know, coming years, throughout the future. Or, you know, we never know if there's going to be another shift in the format, but the present future, if that makes sense, the close future. I'm too tired to come up with too many crazy terms about now, then, and when, you know. But the only when that I care about is, you know, when is Stetson rejoining? And it looks like he already has. So no questions out of me. It is just game time. Oh, is he back? Maybe he's just... Are they playing 4v5? Looks like they might be. Straight out they go. 2 shoes. Big control towards that A site. Molly towards Hell. I believe the barrel was spotted there for Bear. No, that's Stetson. No, we are back. Sorry. My brain is off completely, as is Stetson's after getting knocked out of the round. RJS, utilizing the new cover here on train. Bear over the top of the dumpster, going to be able to take Kuma out of the fray. And, ooh, lovely little flick from RJS. It's Bear in the 1v2. 1 bullet needed onto both of the remaining 2 shoes members. He has stayed silent long enough that the T's maybe worried about a full wrap towards Old Bomb. Bear playing patiently.
Bomb has been planted.
Just fully waiting out the smoke. Oh, Tamer gets the info, but it costs him his life. And maybe just the round. Smoke goes down. Bear goes through. Taps for the first one, causing potential drama. Lionizer revealing where he's coming from. And that single bullet gets landed. Big clutch out of Bear. Huge 3-piece to put a 5th on the board.
Terrorists win.
What can 2 shoes do to stay in the lead here? They got that plant. They did take the half bite. So they got everything they needed and more moving into the last round of the half. And TELOS, even though with one alive, they did have that economy we were talking about before the technical pause. So as you can see, they got this full buy moving into the last. BRB going to the top of red. Ooh, Shadow advantage gets him that first one onto Lionizer, and big noise getting made coming through the U-Haul. All the way to pop there. Noop gets deleted. The two-man CT set up a little too strong. And now TELOS have great map control to deal with Kent. Eyes on his position here. And BRB was posted at the ready. Slots that shot. And we will be all tied up at half time. Straight into the second. All gas, no brakes. TELOS now on the offensive, sending many numbers in through the brown holes. Fast towards the B side, but there's Julie standing in their way. Not for long. BRB taking names, and it's only Ken here at range. Big box going to be held here. I don't know what the name of this place is. Outside of Con box. We can't have another call that has Con in it. That being said, hey, big shots out of Jake there. We are going to see the B site ran over for the most part. Lionize a nice shot at range. And Stetson making a sneaky play. But has he gone too soon? It seems he has. One, though, at least found and taken down with him. Big damage on the Lionizer. And at range, RJS will finish the job. Tamer 1v2 with a wrap on the back of Thomas to maybe trade here. Oh, Tamer gets it done. Big swing, big read on the T position, and BRB just not allowed to trade. The flow of information not quite there for TELOS, and TOUTSCHUSS manage to maintain the lead.
Counter-terrorists win.
Bear, his head is square. He'll carry us through because he's got a pair. I like it. Catharsis. I like it. Good job. I think he needs you to sing a little louder though. 5 and 10. Not quite having their best game. But hey, every dog has their day. Lion eyes up. Looking to let his barks out. And he'll be snacking on the boys here, making the way out of Pop Dog. Stetson tagged down and finished by Noop. And that molly, unfortunately, doesn't go to the intended location. Tamer from the top of the box gets big damage, but no finisher. And a Mac 10 at this range is not to be desired. 2 rounds, the difference now as TOUTSCHUSS stretch it out. Full Ivy pump coming through. TELOS. All 5 here. And it's looking like one of the potential easiest rounds of Noop's life. The lineup in a tight choke is all just here. And they're utilizing that new cover on the short side of Ivy. Noop doesn't get much done. And Tamer can't either. Uh-oh. Awkward. Kuma finishing off Stetson. May have brought some balance back to the round. Ken, full eyes on CT. So he knows it's not going to be this full wrap. Two shoes. Eyes on the hell wrap. And... Uh-oh. Okay, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Lionizer saved the day. Ken, I apologise. The observer did you dirty. Wasn't your fault, mate. Wasn't your fault. Technically, it's not the observer's fault either. You should have hit your shots. But hey, we'll move past that one. Two shoes get the round anyway. And TELOS move to their first gun round for the half. Let's see if they can put a full turnaround here on the game. Pop control. Uncontested from the CTs. Happy just to play these long lines. Take that sandwich control. Slot Kuma in over towards Olaf with Lionize up. I was on the right spot. Nice little off angle. Where his shadow shouldn't be seen. He's far enough back. And TELOS just waiting the smokes out before going for what looks like a nice pop out of a main. Instant timing. Decent. In comes the util. And two shoes have the read. Deep con smoke, which Tamer can beat, and it's all down to Lionize up. Holding, ready for that swing, but only good for the single. So far, so good for TELOS, but the long line from Noop is going to be able to fully cut the site in half. Unfortunately for him, Stetson, he's ready to brawl. And Tamer going to be smoked off for a third time to the look of it. 2v2, 20 seconds to get that package to site and plant. Stetson, in the meanwhile, just going to be mollying off that pop side. If Ken can get a good timing on the swing, he can drop that bomb. Put the C4 on the ground, and Tamer looking just to shoot and draw attention away from Ken's position. In comes the wrap. Oh, can't quite see him. Awaiting that head, getting popped back up. And both T's just going to be fully tucked and stuck towards the back of sight. Bear hunting here with the AK, but a step maybe his downfall. There's the shots they're looking for, but Stetson's still fighting. 1v1, back against the wall. And Ken looking a little standoffish after the previous nice line across the top of sight, something that Stetson was not quite ready for. And with the kit, there is so much time to get that defuse off. 10-6, and two shoes keep on pumping on the rounds. Okay. TELOS. Splitting up the map now. 3 towards the halls, 1 main, 1 Ivy. We won't be seeing anything too aggressive early on. Bear looking for that pop spam from the white halls, but won't find it. And it's the AWP to strike first. Looked like Tamer went for a peek from uppers all the way through the broken wall. Nope, going to be able to find Stetson in the meanwhile. Disrespecting the Ivy smoke. B side on lock, A side looking good. And a 2-man advantage. Two shoes do not want to be throwing this one away. Ooh, good timing on the instant just after BRB popped that cam smoke. But it's all a ruse for the moment. TELOS grouping up towards brown halls, which is the better idea. We got a 3v1 on the B site to at least get a plant down. Smoke upper, smoke lower, denying vision. Ken's insend. There's enough to send them all through upper, but BRB swinging on the side. Maybe doing just enough to bring this one back. That pick was huge, and Lionizer just wants to lock down site control. He doesn't want to allow TELOS to position forward, get aggressive. and fight for any of the lanes. Kuma at range, gets it done with the UMP. Jake, nice shot on one, and that second. Bear going to be coming into the fray and brings it back to the 1v1. Barely touched. And that HE not quite going to the intended position. Kuma gets off the bomb, but the smoke plumes a little late. Finally, we got the boys from the UK finding themselves a 7th before it's too late. Oh, Stetson punishing Noop for the frantic shots. But there's still going to be a crossfire established at the end of Ivy. Bear ready for this aggression as well. Lionizer dealt with. Telos looking good. Now that they have managed to crack the CT economy to potentially stack on a few quick ones here on the T side. RJS, fearless in his approach in all the way around hell. Kuma manages to snatch one away, but he is going to be that last player remaining.
Bomb has been planted.
Information relayed. And he just wants to get his hands on that AK and probably look for a save. Jake doesn't want to give him any opportunity as such. But he knows pushing could be a pathway back into the round for TOUTSCHUSS. Kuma just looking to pick his moment. But he wanted damage, didn't just want the weapon. And there you go. 8 on the board for Telos. Oh, another cracker out of Catharsis. Bear, he's on a tear. He'll sit you down, so get a chair. Oh. Timeless classics. These cheers, hey. They are beautiful. Keep them going. Keep them going. Ooh, damage from Kuma. Looking pretty good, Ken. However, only able to go 1 for 1 again, but the crunch comes through at the right moment, and Lionizer wins the 1v2 in main. Big play out of him, and a huge one to win for TOUTSCHUSS. They didn't have the best buy, and you can see how much money they are now bringing into round 20. Telos losing everyone. This has to be their last opportunity. Look, there is nothing left in the bank after the purchase. So it's not looking good for Telos at the moment. Not looking good at all. Something has happened, and we are just figuring out what has happened. It could be related to playing on the new patch. We will all find out together shortly as to exactly what has gone down. But hey, it's good to see you. Hope, like, theoretically, this used to happen. Okay, this used to happen moons and moons ago. If you were watching GoTV, you'd get kicked out if the game ended. So we could theorize that the game has ended. We could theorize that it's just a bug. And hey, fortunately for us, it's just a bug, and we are back into the fun. Game's still going. Action's still there. We have, unfortunately, missed what looks to be a chaotic one. What? No. All right, no, there's something going on. Everyone died in spawn? I don't think so. But hey, we're going into what is looking to be the last round now. Telos couldn't get it done with that final buy. The 1v1 came down to a knife's edge, I would say. Yeah. Kuma bench 100 kilos now. Hell yeah. What a legend. Pump those numbers up, baby. Who's running? Tamer's on a marathon. He was just running non-stop trying to figure out where he wanted to go. But you'll take it. Again, still running. Man's getting his meters in, getting the steps in. And we got 2 for 2 coming through. TOUTSCHUSS in a solid position. Still here with Kuma, who is kicking on. Incent to buy some space. But it's the B site they have to worry about. And TOUTSCHUSS have been fully drawn off of site Bravo. So what are our expectations from here? 3v3, post-plant looking good. But so far, TOUTSCHUSS have been pretty solid on the retake. AWP valuable. Lionizer popping the smoke to make his way through Con. But worried about BRB potentially working a late flank. So he is heavily hanging around in Con. RJS pushing forward. Spacing not the greatest for these Ts. And the CTs won't be able to punish this forward position. So we are still playing Counter-Strike. 9 on the board for TELOS. 3 alive. Economy still hanging in the balance. And with only 2 picks, a little bit of extra dollars in the bank for some members, you're now thinking, what are we doing? What are we doing for TOUTSCHUSS? You know, everyone's playing pretty well, but they're just going for the half buy, making sure that, you know, this gives them some shot at closing things out, but they'll focus on the future instead. 4-1 split, aggression from Ken. He's going to be blocked by that Molly and HE. Big damage. He's kind of lucky to be alive. Aggression all the way through Pop now. But Bear seems to be expecting it. Oh, we got a boost up. Lovely hold out of TELOS. RJS knew that something could be in the midst of things, and Bear swinging off the contact, finding the boostee. Slow maneuver coming out through Ivy as well. Going to look for some kind of control. If they can drop the bomb, hang on. If they can drop the bomb here. If Stetson isn't ready. Oh, wait, huh? Wait, he saw that? He saw that helmet popping across the top. But does he know there's 2 there? Okay, he does now. That's not normally. Oh, yeah. Timings not looking immaculate for the T's, and we are going to see Nuke trying to tuck away in the corner. Won't win the fight. And this game still has a couple of legs on it. 2 rounds the gap. TOUTSCHUSS looking to close right now. Again, heavier presence from TELOS towards the halls. But TOUTSCHUSS starting to make a move into main. We got a Mag 7 in the mix. They haven't actually gone for the buy. They've just gone for this half investment. Pistols armor, Mag 7 in the mix. Nice close range to be playing from with that one. TELOS going loud on their approach. Back through the halls, just maybe trying to bait someone to push into BRB's crosshair. Molly spread into all the corners. And they've all been cleared. Aggression from Kuma does not get what he was looking for. And it's looking like this may be another blown over round. TELOS reading it well. Realize, okay, there's a Mag 7. What are they going for here? They might just be on the eco again. Let's run it back. Pump out main. Try and trade together. Tamer's got to hit a crazy shot if he wants to get this one done. C4 going to get picked up in the meanwhile as well for RJS. And okay, he's going loud. 20 seconds. They got to get a wriggle on. The CTs, they're going to hear all this, or you'd think so. Lionizer may have just been a little too far away. and hasn't called for the reinforcements. So just outside a pop, full blinded, lovely utility usage. But they're leaving this one right down to the bitter end. If Noop can push and stop the plant from going down, then maybe there's a world here, but he's not going to attempt that one at all. Pop control going to be coming through from Ken. Upgrade found. 3v4 now. Tamer has a new corner to clear here, and he'll do so successfully. Ken, in the meanwhile, has fallen off, and so have TOUTSCHUSS. Struggling to get this final round, and we're going all the way to the end of regulation to make it happen. Little set of util to take that main control. And TELOS just playing a very, very slow game of Counter-Strike. They're just hunting for openings again, but the CT is not playing aggressive this time. They want to get the job done. And they don't want that to have to be in overtime. Both teams really holding on to the utility now. $50 to make something happen. Bomb's still positioned over towards that B site, unless they go for the late pop push. With the outside utility, TOUTSCHUSS still holding on to theirs. They know it is just that first phase of util. And you can see Lionizer as well. More invested towards the B site now. What is that smoke? That was intended for lower ramp. Doesn't hit the mark. 20 seconds on as these smokes come out. Molly forcing Lionizer out into the open. And BRB is going to pounce at a perfect moment. Ooh, can't quite stop the cross from the other members, but Ken can't hold on to the back of sight. Tamer going to punish the aggression out of Bear, but this is looking like overtime is going to be needed. Tamer and Noop, 2v4. A huge ask as they both come over from CT. Tamer going to be able to find one at range. Jake doesn't want to be giving this one away. Noop going to be able to bring it back to the 2v2, and just like that, uh-oh, Tamer finding yet another. Molly towards upper side. And Noop is just going to sick it. Oh, he could have. Awkward Stetson. Going to miss his molly. It's gone across the top of sight. The stick is coming through, but the shots are there to keep it in it. And we are going to overtime. I don't know how. I don't know why. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The gift that just keeps on giving. That was so close. They don't understand how close it was. The next match, something versus Youth Easy. The next match is Perfect Storm versus Looking for Org, I believe. Oh, nope. Able to at least get one, so not the worst thing to happen here. Tamer trying to figure out how to deal with this change in pace all the way through. IB Jake with the pre-aim almost loses it to Tamer there, but TOUTSCHUSS falling, and there's a world of information on this full wrap towards the CT side. Lionizer only good for one at CT Con. And TELOS, they're just going to keep on going the whole way around the world. BRB unable to stop the push out of Con. And there's still two CTs here, make it one. Last position known, but RJS, his trade game, way too strong in the late round. And that's going to be the first time in the series, or at least in an incredibly long time, that TELOS has been in the lead. What is ESEA? Is it like Face It? ESEA Well, technically, it used to be like Face It. It was a pug service, but now they're combined. ESEA is the league that you play in to make it to like ESL Pro League and such. It's like the tournament platform, but it is on Face It. It's ran on the Face It webpage and the Face It servers. That's the best way to put it, without giving you the full history. RJS. Nice reaction. The swing there with Bear. Turn it into the 2-for-1. Dirty bomb. An inch away for him. And TOUTSCHUSS. Still many members heavily invested towards the A site. I'm a little worried it could be too late of a rotation. And maybe they've let the game get away from them. Too much momentum, too much confidence found by the boys from the UK. And Ken getting told to go stack the A site, which was unfortunately a misread. Just trying to tap heads across the top of the bomb train. But yeah, you got a AWP, full kitty util on Noop. If you don't find a pick shortly, you are saving every day. Oh, Shadow. Gives it away. And maybe there's a look. Maybe there's a way, but Noop falls. And a Tamer is just going to be looking to keep his mitts on the AWP moving forward. T's not hunting this spot. But it's a bit too late to go for the ninja, mate. TELOS. 2 in a row here to kick off OT. Might be able to find themselves the clean half. Oh, okay, he's been seen. RJS hunting for it with the pre-fire. Tamer didn't really know what was going on there. Looked a little confused. Oh, BRB. Cracker of an opening, but the CTs, they shoot back this time. Wrapped through the sandwich smoke. Looks to be the perfect choice. And TOUTSCHUSS, a great opportunity. Put a 13th on the board. Jake, though, brings it back to the 1v1. Has a read on Noop's position and knows that smoke is only going to last for so long. New boxes allow him to go up towards the top side. He's just playing this one slowly. Noop with this full wrap. Knows that he's got time to play with here. And Jake is just playing it slowly. Gets the info, but Noop shoots back. And has a few more points of health to play with there. 13-14. TELOS in the lead at the turns of the side. Couple of words being said in the chat. What do we got? TOUTSCHUSS slower approach. Tamer even just watching the Ivy pump. Balls control priority. And TELOS. Aggression into main, something that was working quite well for TELOS towards the end of that first half. Faking some retake util towards a main. But the problem with that main control is it's a long rotate towards that B side. Incend thrown a little too late, but still in a good position to slow down the cross. And Bear's done a great job to get one. Almost locked on for a second, but doesn't quite make it happen. We're going to see TOUTSCHUSS. They are taking space all the way aggressive towards Con. Smoke and flash to try and pop their way out. But look at this position from Ken. It's a new little angle with the new box there. Spray brought back eventually to double down. And Stetson, a 1v3. One player's position is known, but Stetson reveals his hand. He's got that molly. He's got an opportunity, but he's not going to clear that. What the hell he has? Sticking it. There is time. Coming from lower. Tamer gets the job done. And Stetson, I don't know if he had it or not. Thought the only opportunity for him to make that happen was stick it. But alas, he didn't commit. And there you have it. 14-14, TOUTSCHUSS back in the game. Tamer taking the spawn, but won't be successful in doing so. Missed to open up. Oh, jumps up to a nice position, but not expecting the second man. However, gifted a chance at life as Jake relinquishes the Ivy control. Didn't take the opportunity to get that trade. And TOUTSCHUSS with a man advantage are looking to edge into the lead. Three-man re-clear of Ivy. Just making sure that it is all locked in. And Jake currently none the wiser. This position at hell with the new box there does allow you to pivot around at any given point, but this line still exists even with the Ivy changes. And BRB making the most of it. This is looking way too easy for TELOS now. Ken's position known, 1v3. Uh-oh. RJS gets his head ripped off. Crispy shots. And Jake is looking the wrong way. The timing is insane. Ken has just gone for the full wrap all the way to pop. And Jake hasn't seen it. Is this head spotted? Is this barrel seen? Has anyone communicated this to the mans? I don't think anyone has. He's made his way to Con. Jake's got no idea. Jake still has no idea. He's on site. How the hell is he on site? Jake is confused. I'm confused. Everyone's confused. Bear is getting the job done. And that's what matters. Oh my lord, that was crazy. You talk about timing, that round encapsulated it like 4 different times. And you're right. New box did kind of carry the round. I don't know how no one saw his silencer. Was everyone asleep on TOUTSCHUSS? Did no one say to him, hey, you can see him over there at the new box, mate? Everyone AFK having dinner. Whoa. Jakey boy. Stetson. Ooh. Gets the jump up, flash a little too deep. Ah, ooh, crazy spray. That box seemingly impenetrable. Let's go with that angle. And Tamer going to be able to split the wickets. 3v2 now. And TOUTSCHUSS not fully out of the round. Stetson smoking himself to try and survive. And Noop is going to have no idea how to get there. Stetson looking at the ground, looking at his feet. Tamer finds him. What is going down? BRB's position now found. And that's going to be the bomb on the ground. TOUTSCHUSS in one of the roughest positions they've been so far. TELOS can capitalize. Can win this one. BRB. Every bit of util but that smoke you'd want to be plopping on the bomb. But with the molly, HE and a banger and an AK against an AWP at this range. Oh, he'll win it. And we're doing it again. We go again. We go again. CT's not getting aggressive through low and not allowed to. Beautiful flash to enable that one out of BRB. Swinging upper, nuked util in hand and couldn't see a damn thing. Fast rotation at TELOS now going to put themselves in a good position to reinforce the A site. RJS needs a helping hand. And that swing, that util all come in his direction. But he will be able to survive in con. Boost up across the top and it doesn't reap any rewards just yet. Tight line, not connected on. Oh, but Tamer sets himself up for a second. Aware of RJ's position, they know that there's someone in con, but it's Bear to go through aggressively. Pre-fire out of RJS, but he won't find another. And TOUTSCHUSS find that round they're looking for, but just in the next overtime. Yizzy. Yes, they are currently playing on the new patch. That's why there are the new boxes, etc. all there. I believe, like, the most recent patch where there is, hopefully, you know, some of those fixes that have come through. I think B-hopping is still, you know, a little bit cooked. And RJS also cooked. Patch gapped, maybe. But TOUTSCHUSS happy to hold. Happy to just play the numbers game. And let TELOS try to bleed out some of this utility. BRB disrespecting the sandwich smoke, playing right in front of it. Tamer just being that single man to keep on blasting util, but he's gone loud through the brown halls. At least initially. I'm not sure if BRB was close enough to quite hear that. Patience. Taming out. 40 on the clock. Gone for a late sell on that B pop, and it has drawn rotations, or at least kept those B site members there. In comes the pump, and BRB will flick back to the main player, not given the second opportunity. As Noop goes for the refrag. Camera smoke, molly down, and space to plant here. Ooh, back of a site plant with everything that's going on. Tapping, waiting, and trying to force out this aggression from the CT. Stetson, he's thinking about it, and he's not quite covered. Oh, missed chance. Drops the ball a little too hard. Knock on, sir. Penalty. 5 in the bin. Foul, I believe he called it. Tactical coming through from TOUTSCHUSS. They really want this third round here on the T half. Looking like they are just tightening up a few things here before they carry on gaming. Back for the Halls control again. This time, though, going to be met by members from TELOS. Already through the Halls. One up at Pop, and Bear going to... Whoa! Get weirdly timed. RJS copying the short end of the stick with that peek through. Oh, my Lord. Two shoes. 2-for-1 trade puts them in a very good position. But TELOS, they're going to keep on searching now. Full main control. Eyes on Ivy. Swinging back around. Ken. Oh, nasty position to punish. And this is perfect. This is almost perfection out of TOUTSCHUSS. Oh. Stetson. Snatching a timing, but it is all 3 for TOUTSCHUSS, who have locked the hell in, it seems. 3 rounds the gap. And a crazy chase for TELOS to make here on the T side. I guess, you know, they've at least got money, at least for the moment, for potentially 1 round and then potentially even more. Slow approach from all individuals. No one wanting to be the guy that made the mistake that closed out the game. Deep main smoke coming through. Denying vision. And Lioneyes are hunting for the wall bank. You don't see too many people finding success with that one these days, but may as well be giving it a shot while you can. Good timing on the pop smoke. Noop will find first blood. Ivy control in the hands of the CTs. 40 on the clock, late rotation from BRB to retrieve the package towards T-spawn as the pop push starts to throw. Not plowing through too much. Just catching these bullets pretty damn well, and it could be the beginning of the end now. Man advantage, make it 2 for TOUTSCHUSS. Tamer looking to go through and disrespect that utility. Ken on the backside. It's Bear in the 1v3. And he's had people making songs for him all game, but the songs, are not going to do the job. There is 5 seconds to plant. The CTs just need to run and hide and lock in that 19th round. TOUTSCHUSS gets the job accomplished. 19-15.